Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hope everybody having a good day. It is hump day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cleveland. Thank you for tuning in with me. So in this video, we're going to be feeding the 800-gallon pond. So some of you may know this, some of you may not. If you're new here, of course you don't know this. I have an 800-gallon pool pond right here. You'll see it in just a second. Look pretty cool. So we have a bunch of cichlids in there, arowana, a lot of different fish in there. So we're going to feed these guys, and then we're going to go about our day. I know we got work to do. I know we got to get to it, so I won't hold y'all long. So let's go ahead and feed these fish, and then we'll catch you in the next one. All right, check it out. So this right here is my 800-gallon indoor pool pond. As you can see, it is 100% a pool. This is just a kiddie pool. It's 800 gallons, and you know, I basically disguised it so it won't look so much like a pool. So it looks pretty dope to me. All these big plants are doing a wonderful job of removing nitrates from the water. So this thing is the easiest to manage out of every tank I have. This is the easiest, like literally almost zero maintenance. Just adding water. The water's always clear. I've only had to do one water change on it. But other than that, this thing is crystal clear all the time. And that's due to these plants. I mean, look at how big these plants are. I mean, look at this canna over there. I mean, the elephant ear right here, another elephant ear right there. We have another elephant ear right here, another elephant ear right there. But the main two that's doing an amazing job of filtering this pond is this elephant ear right here and that canna. And we'll obviously that one over there too. Look at the leaves on that guy right there. Those are some big leaves. But anyway, so let's take a look at the stocking before we feed them. You see that big 2-foot arowana right there? And you see how he likes to swim? The whole, well, not really the whole thing, but you see how much space this guy needs? I mean, he basically does swim the whole thing. I mean, he goes around this flower pot right here. He goes, see, just like that. He goes around those flower pots over there, that flower pot right there, as well as this one. So he literally swims the whole perimeter of this pond. So you really want to make sure if you have an arowana that they have a large swim space. Now we also have in here a bunch of cichlids. Now my cichlid people, y'all know what's up. Y'all see that buddy cofferi right there. Y'all see that red devil. So if you don't know, let's go ahead and get closer. So right there we have one of our buddy cofferi, followed by the dovi right there, big dovi, 16 inches. We have in here a Midas cichlid right there, red devil right there. You see that little orange one right there? Well, it's not even little. That orange one right there is another red devil. This guy is a flower horn. We have another red devil right there. We have an African pike, also known as a Hephaestus odo pike. Look at this beauty right here, a true red terror. That's a female feste right there. So my female feste has been breeding with my dovi. Some of you may know I have a ton of dovi feste fry that's almost ready to be sold. We also have the other buddy cofferi right there, larger one. And then again, there go Mr. Dovi right there. He's a beast. Pond boss for sure. We have right here, you can't really see him, but that is our red-tailed brycon. Who else we have? We also have it here. We also have in here our red Atabapo pike. We actually have two in here. I have a red tiger Motogwins in here. I have in here a Salvini and a 5-star general. Now this pond is big enough and there's so many hiding spots in here that these fish can easily hide without me, hide for months really. But it is what it is. They're in here somewhere. And yeah. So for the substrate, I have sand, different types of rocks. Under all of this sand, under all of this, I have a really thick mat. Check it out. You see that mat? That is a really thick mat. The kind of mat that you put exercise equipment on. Not the same exact one, but it's that thick. So it can support a ton of weight. So you want to make sure that if you're going to put rocks inside of a pool pond or something like that, I mean, it's not necessary to always have a real pond if you have, fish that don't grow that large. Like imagine if I had a bunch of small fish in here. This would be, I could keep them in here for life. But when you want to put rocks inside your pond, make sure you have a good thick mat under all of that so you won't puncture your pond. Also, don't put catfish in here. I don't have any catfish in here. I don't have any catfish, any plecos. Why? Because they have sharp spines that will put holes in your pond. So don't do that. Anyway, plenty of plants. I have the waterfalls to help with oxygen. Look at that, 2 of them. Also, I have pumps pushing the water. So obviously the water comes in through there. I'll show you the filter in a minute, but the water comes in through there. It blows that way. I have a circulation pump hooked up to that flower pot. Push it this way. I have another circulation pump connected to that flower pot. Arawana's trying to jump because he's ready to eat. Pushing the water this way. And then I have another one right there pushing the water right back to the intake. So it's a nice just vortex, constant vortex of water being pushed around in a circle, coming out, being pushed right back to the filter. So that's how I have it. And as you can see, this water is absolutely crystal clear. You'd think I just did a water change, but I haven't. I add water whenever the water evaporates. Since I always have a garage door open, it evaporates. It evaporates at a nice rate. At enough rate to where I am adding at least, 50 to 100 gallons, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I just fill it back up when I see the water level is too low. So I don't want to lie to you. I can't try to make up and come up with an amount of water that I actually have to put in here. But nonetheless, I mean, the water is crystal clear. And the fish are absolutely healthy. The plants are thriving. I mean, this thing is running. This is a perfect ecosystem. This is just like an outdoor pond on the inside. I mean, practically, but with less maintenance. An outdoor pond, you're going to have algae and all this other crap going on, leaves falling in there, all of that, so, but in here, we keep that under control. We don't have to worry about the algae so much. We did until these plants start outcompeting the algae. So the plants outcompete the algae, so that's why there's no algae in here. Look at these little guys fighting because they want to eat. But that's the idea. Having your tanks, having the ponds running like an ecosystem, so it's less maintenance for you. For me, really. But if you do it the same way, less maintenance for you too. That's the idea. I want to take a little piece of nature, bring it inside of my house, bring it inside the garage, bring it inside my fish room, and that's what I did. That's what I accomplished, even though this pond is blue, or this pool is blue. That being said, this thing is going to turn into a 2,000 gallon. I am going to pull out the pond. I'm going to raise the water level. I'm going to turn this into a plywood aquarium. And that's something to enjoy. That's something to look forward to. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, let's take a look at the filtration. On top of all these plants that serves as filtration, that trash can right there is the filter for this pond. That is a 44-gallon trash can. That's it. I know I'm probably saying that's it like it's, like this is small, but this trash can, 44 gallons. That's the trash can sump that I built for this pond. Another angle, different look at it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and feed some fish. They're hungry. So I feed the majority of the pond some pellets. 240 hungry too. They see me grab the bag and they getting all excited. Fish are so smart. If you don't know, fish are smart. They literally know their owners when you come in a room. They come to the front of the glass. They greet you. They know what their food looks like. I mean, they recognize the bag. They seen the bag and they're all back there going crazy. So fish are actually intelligent. Not as intelligent as a lot of other animals, but a lot of people think that fish are just mindless, just swimming back and forth. They're not. Anyway, so I feed this to the majority of the fish in the pond. And then I have some tilapia I'll feed to the arowana. I have some big, large smelt, also silver sides, that I feed to the pond. So this to the Arowana, that I feed to the to my Hefcetus Oto African pike. Also my red-tailed bricon eats those. So I feed them to the big predators that don't really like to eat the pellets. But anyway, enough said. Let's go ahead and feed them. I'm sure they're hungry. They've been eating on the elephant ear. It died off and broke, and a little piece fell in the water. I was about to remove it, but there's a lot of bites on it. So they've been eating on the elephant ear plant. That's good for them. It's natural. I mean, that's what I mean. You create a natural ecosystem, and they will mimic and do exactly what they do in the wild. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and feed the pellets first. So right here is the feeding spot. I feed them right here because it's pretty open and most of the fish are right here. So it's a lot easier to get everybody to eat. Check it out. Look at that. You see how the Arowana is just unbothered by that, but all the fish are going crazy. And that might have looked like a lot, but it wasn't. These are big fish. And the bag right here is like, it's a large bag. I gotta buy another one. It's like $55, but it's worth it. 2 pounds. Look at that. So I definitely keep them well fed. I feed them every other day because I want to allow them to use the energy and the food that I actually fed them, so we don't have just obese fish. You know what I mean? If you're constantly feeding them and they're not really burning off the food and all that, you just have like just obese, sick fish that don't live long. So you don't have to feed them every other day. I mean, you don't have to feed them every day. You'll learn a feeding schedule for your own fish. I don't want you to just go off of mine. If you have a smaller fish that's constantly swimming around in their aquarium or whatever, then maybe they do need to eat, you know, every day a little bit. I have some fish that has to eat multiple times a day, and they're small. So, you know, don't just go off of what I'm doing with my fish. You got to make sure that, you know, you've been paying attention to your fish and doing your research and really just paying attention to your fish. That's the main thing. And then you'll learn a good, you know, feeding schedule for your fish. But yeah, this brings everybody out. Yep. They're going crazy for those pellets. And they still want more. That's why I said, like, this bag don't last long. But that's why when I feed them every other day, I feed them good, and that's it. Feed them good when I do feed them. And I don't have to worry about, you know, adding ammonia with their, when they defecate and they urinate, you know, that creates ammonia in your water. And then when you feed them, that creates ammonia in the water. So the more so if you're feeding them every day, or the more you feed them, sometimes people feed their fish multiple times a day, I guarantee you're gonna be doing a ton of water changes, guaranteed. And if you don't, and you don't have no plants, oh, I don't even want to say nothing about that. Just please don't do that. Just don't do that. Anyway, so as you can see, everybody done came out. Everybody's eating. Look at that Midas, that white one right there. I haven't even named it, but he is big. That one is big too. That one just, you know, just smashed on him a little bit. So I've had these fish for a while. I've had the dove eye. No, matter of fact, I have my red-tailed bricon and my African pike right there, the longest out of everybody in here, followed by the dove eye. I've actually had that buddy coffer eye right here, the big one, a long time too. A long, long, long time. That one right there. Actually, I've had that one longer than I've had everybody else in here. Because I've actually moved to the apartment with that little guy. So I've had him for about like almost 5 years now. I've had the dove eye for at least 3. I've had my Feste for 2, maybe 2.5, actually like 2.5. So, you know, Now the Arowana right here, I got him a few months ago. And he has grown substantially. Anyway, I know y'all want to see him eat. All right. Now he's a jumper, so I gotta kind of wait until he leaves this area and put the food down in the water. Otherwise, he's gonna try to jump out and grab it. Look at him. Yeah, I don't like him jumping out the water. You see those rocks right there? It's not really a good idea for him to be jumping out. I have a little TikTok of him jumping out the water, grabbing the food as if he was a dog. I'll show you right here, right now. That was crazy, right? Yeah, that's on TikTok. But yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. So that was a half a fillet. Here's the other half right here. Come on. You ready? Now there's a 5-star. Oh, who grabbed it? The 5-star there. Somebody got to take that from him. Oh, there's the smaller red Atabapo right there. You see him? So there's a smaller red Atabapo and the big one. Like I told you, I haven't seen the smaller one in months. But like I said, this pond is so big and there's so many hiding spots that it's easy for the fish to hide. And he's red, and he's more red than the bigger one too. That was cool. All right, let's get some more food. All right, there we go. All right, where you at? There you go. Yeah. And the 5 stars right there, I'll slide him a little piece of tilapia in a minute. But I'm gonna take this one right here, I'm gonna throw it over there, and I'm pretty sure the African pike is going to grab it. Nope. Nope. Who's gonna grab it? I bet the Arowana grabs it then. I guess that might have been too big for him. Watch. He can't. He still has that one in his mouth. The Dovi? You about to get it? Yep. There you go. There you go. Get you that. Good. Yep. The Dovi just ate it. That's good. Let's try this again. Let's see who's gonna grab it. The Dovi got that one too. All right. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, come on. No? Well, he'll come back for it. Anyway, let me cut up some little pieces of tilapia. And then we'll go ahead and get the little 5-star right here fed. Look how small he is. He's been in here since the pond was created. And, you know, look at the big Dovi and big Arowana and all that stuff. So when you got space, you got the right, I mean, I don't know, it's a hit or miss. I don't want to make it seem like that everybody could do this and it's easily obtainable. But, you know, I take chances and I know what I want. And I know that when there's a will, there's a way. You know, when I'm big on, you know, showing you all that the impossible is possible. People say this is impossible. But you know what? Look at this guy right here. Making it. Living. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish feeding these fish. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I've had y'all long. I've had y'all pretty long already. All right. You got it. That was quick. Y'all didn't even see it. He got that quick. That's how fast he is. So that's why he makes it. I mean, he's plenty of places for him to hide when he needs to. He's also an aggressive fish, so he fits right in. Sometimes your fish just needs a hiding spot. Look at that flower pot right there. So I put holes in the flower pot, as you can see. Red feste constantly going in and out of there. Let's see, you want another piece? Oh, that was the wrong one. Come on. There you go. He got it that time and dipped off. Y'all try to slide that to the African pike. Did you get it? Nope. Meanwhile, the Arowana picked up one of those silver sides off the ground. There you go. There you go. All right, so step on back. All right, so we got some more food left right here. As you can see, everybody look pretty full. I'll feed some other tanks and make sure I run this food out, but I don't have to hold y'all for that. All right, y'all, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you're inspired by something. I hope that you're entertained by something. If you were and you're new here, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. It'll let you know every time I upload so you won't miss any videos. And if you're wondering what this is, it's another project. That's going to be a 1,200 gallon aquarium, plywood aquarium. I still got to add some more plywood. Got to fiberglass it, pond shield, get a nice big window right here, all that good stuff. So again, if you're new here, you might want to subscribe to the channel so you can see that. To everybody else and everybody, if y'all like the video, like the video. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.